There are not really any nukes that I can put into the intro here right now, but also most of the gameplay is actually not from the gameplay you're going to see here right now. But yeah, we're going to take a look today at something that I kind of really want to take a look at. So hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Double Dark again. Poison Double Dark. Basically a team idea that has been around for ages, has been a really strong idea for ages, and basically in most cups where both typings were available, you've seen it basically all the time because it's just such a strong combination between those two typings. But of course, this season, Poison Fang got nerfed. Also, Wing Attack got buffed, so for the Poison Fang nerf, it doesn't really matter for the Golbat. Golbat just got a little bit better. But Nidoqueen kind of went unusable, I feel like. So we're going to run today the Golbat and see if this is going to be a little bit better, if this is still viable, or if this is a kind of a dead strategy. I actually should have shielded here. Why didn't I shield? I would have been able to realign. Huh, don't know. That maybe, I don't know, for Noctowl anyway. Noctowl is a little bit of a trickier one here. Noctowl against any double dark line, to be fair, or like, yeah, poison double dark line. Noctowl going to be a neutral Pokemon for most typings there, but like nothing really crazy good for you. And yeah, how does it go? Like, what do you think about the strategy double dark right now? What do you think about this team in general? I misplayed a lot. I misplayed a ton of games, and that went like down to my own not understanding all the matchups of the team, especially with Umbreon, which actually is a Pokemon that I love to use and that I really think is good in the current meta. I still struggled using Umbreon to its fullest potential, but what I really like right now is actually Scrafty. Scrafty is way underrated right now, having something like a fighter that can pop, which you also can see here. The opponent has still two shields, but they're going to go down here. So Power Punch is one of the coolest moves in the current meta still, as you have a ton of Pokemon like Sableye right now that feel a little bit safe right now, as there's no darks really available or like around. There are no Poison Double Dark teams really around, so Sableye is a little bit more common nowadays. What is also way more common are all the steel types. And then of course you have Medicham as a usual fighting type, but also Scrafty still can deal with most of the stuff. Actually, Scrafty can deal with, I think, Needy all the time with Noctowl and like 2 shields, because it can power punch up and you will be able to do a ton of damage to them. So I think Scrafty in general is a Pokemon that is worth taking a look at, but also like Golbat here now being buffed. I still don't like Golbat, to be fair. Golbat just misses something. Golbat doesn't really do what it's supposed to do. There are a lot of bulky Pokemon that you don't really want to face with Golbat in this current meta. And I don't really think Golbat is a good Pokemon in the current meta. Even though it's pretty highly ranked, of course, it's still not a bad one. It's a very neutral one against a lot of Pokemon. But also, there are 2 teams currently widely available, which really I was really struggling with this team. One is the team that I also see on Showcase. By the way, look at this. They're going to shield and they're going to still faint because there was a 1 HP, and this is going to be very crucial, as I'm still going to be able to win the game because they had literally 1 HP when they shielded. But yeah, there are 2 teams currently very, very commonly used. One of them is Galarian Stunfisk, Sazorp of Pelipper, and the Sableye in the back, which is of course not ideal for this team because you lose against Stunfisk in the lead, which is still at least manageable, to be fair. And another team would be the Bastion, the Medicham, and also the Trevenant, some team that you know from my channel already. Which is also a little bit awkward because Bastion kills your lead and also kills Umbreon. So there are just a lot of teams currently building around it that are not really beneficial for any team like this. There's nothing that I can really build around it. If I would do something different, like I would end up with a different hole in my team. I cannot really use, like I actually don't like to use Sableye as a Sazorp currently because you have just Noctowl available and a lot of normal types available. So I feel like Sableye as a Sazorp is not really a Sazorp anymore, which is crazy because it was the best Sazorp for literally, I guess, 12 seasons in a row. But yeah, I feel like it's not as good anymore as it was before, but that's also only my own opinion, of course. You could have a different one. See, a Shadow Ball at least hit. Going to 2-shot what's called a Stunfisk, which is cool, but doesn't really matter anyway because we have our good boy Scrafty in the back. They're still going to have to throw against me. as they're going to go for a Rock Slide here. I can go into my Scrafty, they're going to have the Trevenant in the back. I actually didn't know how much damage I would do with a one foul play, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Power Punch, and I think this was a very risky move here, but I still should be fine. I will be able to just go ahead and go for one foul play now. I'm going to stay in here, I can shield up the next move. We're going to see Impeta here, and I think I'm still going to be fine as they were pretty low with their Stunfisk. This will knock out the opponent for sure. And I should be pretty fine here as well, as we see, yeah, they don't get to another Earthquake anyway. And we will be able to win this game as well here. Good game. Next opponent, we see Deoxys in the lead. This looks like a pretty okayish lead for us, to be fair, but also it's a little bit tricky. I'm going to stay in for a little bit too long. I thought I could like bait the potential Shadow Ball and then swap out on the move, but they throw earlier. They're gonna go into a Guzzlord. I thought it was a Swilus, but it was a Guzzlord, and Guzzlord will not like to play against a Scrafty. Scrafty definitely going to like this. I think I didn't need to throw my move there, because now look how much damage I do with counter. I don't think I really need the debuff there either. But I will be able to go ahead and go for one move here. But honestly, like, I don't think that the Poison Fang I threw there really helped me at all. I think I should have just went straight to Scrafty, go for one Power Punch and farm them down like this, because it would have been better against Deoxys as well, because my moves would do more damage. But like this, I still at least going to be able to align my Umbreon against them, and I make a crucial mistake again. I'm gonna go for this Shadow Ball here. I didn't count the moves yet, but I thought they were at 3 moves, right? Like, I think they were at 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should be able to reach another Shadow Ball, right? I think I should be able to, and I am not. I don't know where the one fast move went, which I didn't see, because I'm pretty sure also now looking back at it, it looked like fine. Of course, most likely there was like some visual error or whatever, or something that I still didn't see there when the opponent got the extra fast move in. But I wasn't able to go for my Shadow Ball, which is basically the crucial thing here, which does now not allow me to really have a great chance for this game anymore. If I had the Shadow Ball like on the opponent, they would have been down right now, because Shadow Ball doesn't run half of itself. So I think the play was not wrong from me. It hurt me in the end, but like from what I've seen at least, I didn't count the move that I guess they had to get to the Rock Slide one turn before I can get to my Shadow Ball. So just happens, kinda unfortunate there. I just didn't see the move, I guess, which is fine. We see a Trevenant in the lead. Trevenant has literally nowhere to go. Also, this Registeel doesn't really like to face me here either. Also awkward, facing Registeel in the lead. Registeel has access to the fighting type move Focus Blast. Something that you don't want to face with your backline at all. At least they didn't get the boost there. There's actually a video that is not coming out most likely on my channel, where I played a different team as well with Registeel in the lead and had Shadow Sableye in the back. But maybe it's coming out. I don't think so. But actually, with Registeel, I think I had around a 20% chance to debuff my opponent's attack. It was ridiculous. It didn't work that well with the team, just mainly because I was never lucky with Registeel. I never debuffed my opponent, and there were so many crucial spots where I was like, hey, if I debuff my opponent now, I will be able to win the game. And I don't know, at least, yeah, my opponent also didn't get the debuff here, but I feel the Registeel lottery is never really in my favor, which is kind of sad. It's really crucial to get the debuff with the Registeel, as it was basically one of the best, if not the best Pokemon prior in the meta. Nowadays, it really depends if you get the debuff or not, and I think it's 66%. Is it 66? I think it's 66% to get the debuff, but like for me, it always feels like 20, so I don't know, it's a weird Pokemon. We will see the Stunfisk here at least still against us. We can go for one more charge move. It's going to be the foul play, and I kind of feel like I should swap out here. I tried to swap out here, it didn't work out. Are they going to be able to go for an Earthquake? I have to swap out now, and it's going to be the Trevenant again. We can go for a Poison Fang. Is this enough to win the game? We will see the Poison Fang coming through, and one more Wing Attack will easily knock them out, and we see the Stunfisk coming back in here, which cannot do anything. Next opponent, Golbat against Kofak Rigas. Cool thing here, both of our Pokemon in the back completely hardwall this Pokemon, allowing me to swap perfectly onto their Shadow Ball or Dark Bolt's Shadow Ball into my Umbreon, as we at least bait out the Azumarill. Azumarill is definitely something that you want to bait out. Here is where I kind of miss my my Sableye, of course, but it really depends on what you want to get. Do you want to have like a team that's really decent against Azumarill Swaps, or do you want to have a team that's decent against Noctowl, which is literally everywhere? And I feel like if I would have went for the safe swap of the Sableye, I would have had a little bit of a difficult matchup against the potential Noctowl there in the back. So we're going to see the Poison Fang coming through. We will be able to debuff them and we will be able to shield up the next move. Going to be able to get a ton of energy now. And if they want to go back into their Kaiwei Chang, you know what we're going to go for here. We're going to go for the bait. We have a ton of energy and we can bait them easily. Gonna go ahead and gonna go for the Shadow Ball now. Hopefully we're going to be able to knock them straight out and we will be able to knock out that Kaiwei Chang as we see a Talonflame coming in. I know that I still survived this one here with 1 HP that was calculated. I thought I would. And I will be able to get some damage on them now. And at this point of time, I won. I won already. There's nothing that they can do anymore other than Brave Bird if I don't shield. But at this point of time, they don't get to another move in time. I got them debuffed and I got them into a range where Foul Play would either knock them out or put them into range for Wing Attack, which I can still get 2 off. Bastion lead, something that I don't want to see. Something that might be the team that I showcased before. But if it's the team that we showcased before, it's actually not that bad. But it really depends, because actually the team that I showcased, of course, would have the Medicham and the Trevenant in the back. But we have a Golbat here, and Golbat will be able to be a very hard counter to both of them, which would be at least nice. But we have to see if my opponent actually has those in the back. If not, I'm kind of screwed. If they do have it, I at least have a chance. We will be able to take those Stone Edges here pretty fine as we go for 1 Foul Play. Going to get them pretty low, but there's no way for you as an Umbreon to win this matchup. We see a Sableye coming in. This is not the Pokemon that I expected to have them in the back. Maybe they're still going to have the Medicham in the back? I don't know. We will see. We will going to shield up this next move of them. Going to be the Foul Play, going to be a very nice bait by my opponent. Let's bait them as well. Let's see if they want to shield it and want to go for the return. They definitely want to go for the return here, as we're going to have to shield up the next move of the opponent. It's a little bit tricky. Let's see what they have in the back. Let's see if we can deal with it. It's going to be maybe it's a Ghost type again. It's going to be Trevenant. And I'm going to go for the bait, because I thought I kind of need to go for the bait. And I completely screw my gameplay up with that. Why did I do this? I have no idea. Ask me another day, because like this we're going to lose this game. Otherwise, I think we're pretty fine winning this game. I sure just went straight. It's so annoying. They can go ahead and go for 1 more Shadow Ball now, which will nearly knock me out. Or actually does knock me out. And yeah, screw that over. Like, definitely if I just went straight for the Foul Play, I would have been fine again. Losing to my own mistakes. Let's see another Bastion in the lead. Can't wait to figure out what they're going to run in the back. Is it going to be the team that I showcased before with the Medicham? You can actually run Disable as a safe swap for this team as well. Thing is, then of course you're a little bit weaker against Noctowl, but you're still going to definitely getting out the Noctowl from the opponent, which is nice. So like if you don't have a Medicham build, you can also run Bastion and not Medicham of course, Sableye and also the Trevenant. We will see a Foul Play coming through, getting them low enough, but yeah, I don't really have to commentate this battle here. You already just saw it in the last battle, and there's not a lot that I can do here about this. I cannot win back Switch Advantage here. I don't think there's a single way to do this. If I double shield, I don't think there's a way for me. Maybe, actually, if I double shield, maybe. But we will see the Sableye coming back in anyway. Maybe we have a chance to redeem ourselves here. Maybe do it a little bit better. We're gonna go for the Foul Play again. Foul Play going to go for the shield from the opponent. Actually called the bait from the first time here, which is nice. Going to call it again. Oh, I'm ballsy here. I didn't know that. I actually completely forgot that I didn't shield here. Very ballsy plays by me. Definitely turning out to be the correct place, as my opponent goes for another charge move here. Going to shield this one up as well now, and it's going to be a Foul Play. Pretty sure this is going to knock them out, and we will see the Foul Play coming through, knocking them out. And we see another opponent here coming in with the Trevenant, so it's basically the same team again. Fine for us. We can shield up the move from the Bastion. We have a ton of energy, but we have to farm up more energy here. Getting to 100 energy against the Bastion with our Golbat. Going for the Shadow Ball, knocking them straight out. And we can go for another Shadow Ball, knocking out the next opponent as well. So at least we have some kind of nuke moves here as well in the video, which is good to see. But yeah, final game and also final opinion on this specific team here. Double Dark and Poison really suffered. Like, still, it's playable. Like, it's definitely playable. Like, the strategy itself still works. But it's not even close to the glory it had prior. And that's not only because Nidoqueen is gone. It's mainly because the meta shifted towards more steel types, it feels like. And of course, Nidoqueen was a better answer against steel types than the Golbat. So, also with the neutral Noctowl being everywhere, basically you don't really have anything to hardlock it in. Your best Say-So with Sableye kinda feels useless nowadays. So if I would recommend it to you, it really depends. Like, I think still for like those limited metas, this kind of strategy still should work. Or if we get a better poison type again, it still should work. But like this right now, I don't know. Maybe if you run something like Toxic Rogue in the lead and then something, I don't know, in the back. I actually don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about the new move changes and like how you feel that the meta shifted. I actually like the meta shift, but definitely Double, Dark and Poison doesn't really help it too much. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Helps out more than you think. And I see you then. Bye.